Welcome to the Ask a Grad webinar series, everybody. We're glad that you're tuning in. Our purpose is to provide you with information and background about degree programs at WGU. My name is Jeff Burton. I'm the Senior Manager of Alumni Engagement, and I am honored to introduce a very special guest, and that would be Ryan Drumheller. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, everyone. It's great to offer up anything I can do to help anyone.
Well, thank you for the time today. Ryan is a recent graduate of WGU in the IT Management degree program, the Master's in IT Management, and then recently went on and completed a Master's in Management and Leadership. I've got just a short bio, Ryan. I want to tee you up because you are a very accomplished IT professional. So just highlighting that, in addition to these degrees that Ryan has, he has more than 150 IT certifications. I want to ask you more about that here in a minute, which makes him a very valuable asset within the information technology community. He currently works at Iris Software Group as a technical service manager for the Americas. And Ryan, I'll have you elaborate on this in a minute too, but you oversee things like you oversee the IT group in North America. I know you do security, end user support, business applications, infrastructure, just to name a few. So again, we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. A little fun fact about Ryan is when he's not solving the world's problems and keeping IT running smoothly, he enjoys playing golf, although he is a self-proclaimed bad golfer, which I have questions on as well. So anyway, Ryan, what did I miss in your bio? Does that kind of help people get to know you a little bit?
I think that sums up the now very well and kind of the mindset of how I carry myself day to day on an educational level.
Well, very good. You also market yourself as an extroverted IT leader. I know you're a champion of the people. I know you're a connector and networker, and that's fantastic. So welcome to the extroverted IT leader.
Yes, I try to be what they call a unicorn in IT these days. And if I can just help somebody get started, learn something, just be better, one day at a time, one topic at a time, then that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm about.
Well, Ryan, let's dive in. First, I want to hear a little bit about your experience as a student. So can you share a little bit, like what was your motivation for going to WGU, and tell us a little bit about what that student experience looked like?
Yeah, my motivation, I had been in my industry, it had to be 15 years, 16 years maybe by the time I started thinking about school again. And then, to be completely honest, I didn't think that I would be at this point of wanting to go back through, as I had went through more of a kind of a brick and mortar experience a few years back, and that was just kind of painful to remember. I've survived, I made it through, I accomplished, but wanting to do more of that wasn't on my radar. So I eventually got to a point where it was kind of the next rung. What do you want to do for your career? And I started kind of looking at the pieces that would be helpful. What would be able to take me from an on-paper standpoint as well to a knowledge standpoint to be able to actually walk the walk, speak the talk. And I landed on an MBA program with an IT focus, and it happened to be at WGU at the recommendation of somebody else, quite honestly, and I'm happy to be able to pay that forward as somebody did for me, right? So mine was career growth and just be able to understand and interpret business speak to IT translations and vice versa, so I can be that conduit back and forth between business and IT.
Oh, I love that. That's great. What was the best thing about your experience at WGU?
The best thing for me was the fact that I wasn't restricted. So if I felt more comfortable or quite honestly knew a bit more on a topic, I wasn't forced to, sit in a certain time period or anything to kind of sit there. And then on topics that I didn't maybe know quite as much, I could take as much time absorbing. I could reach out to the resources provided to me, whether that be a mentor or a cohort or Udemy or any of the other programs that WGU gives you for my benefit and students' benefits to learn any way that they like to learn best, right? Whether it's visual or reading or listening to a video or talking to somebody, all of those are available. And it was just up to me to figure out which one works the best and take advantage of it.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. And you highlight some of the things that are available to you. I want to ask you a little bit about what support is there in terms of interaction with other humans. Sometimes I think when people think online universities, they think I'm just going to be on my own over here, engaging with the curriculum, as you've kind of mentioned. There's a lot of different things to help you with the learning. But tell me what the support looks like in terms of WGU does not have professors in the traditional sense, but I know they have a program mentor. Can you tell me a little bit about what that looked like for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe from an extroverted perspective, maybe that could turn some individuals off or thinking that you don't have like a real person to talk to. But I'd say that's not true in the sense that my first mentor was my first experience at WGU. I didn't quite even understand what a mentor did from my knowledge at that point in time to what it is now. And she was very patient with me. She was very cheerleader when I needed a cheerleader, and very much a, hey, I know that you failed or you missed the mark here, or hey, you're really close, look at this, or maybe, go down this path, and very good about being able to make herself available and keep me engaged throughout while I was trying to figure out my pace and my, what works best for me kind of approach at that point. And I'd say that not having that would have been vastly different, and having that made a big difference, especially starting out.
Yeah. Now, you worked full-time while completing your degree, correct?
I did both. On my first degree, I actually started Iris towards the end of the completion of that. Okay. So I had a bit of a roller coaster with I had all the time in the world, and then I didn't. Okay. And then my second one, I actually did fully working full-time and also taking class full-time. So I've had the best of all, I would say, spectrums of that. Okay. And I can say, again, whether you're working full-time, not working full-time, have life, whatever that situation might be, it really comes down to, and I've seen this advice, so I can't take credit for it, but find something that you can do that day, whether it's 20 minutes of reading or 20 minutes of learning, or I'm going to do this assignment today, whatever it is, if you can just find a little time every day to chip away, it adds up over time, and it just keeps you motivated and engaged. So when you have those periods of time that are a little bit longer you can dedicate, you're hitting the ground running when you have that time, instead of picking up and starting from that moment.
Now, you're able to study anytime you want, correct? You're not logging on at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursday nights for a lecture. Is that correct?
100% correct. A big motivating factor for me being there is I have not normal hours, I would say, or sleep schedules on my side. So it's a huge benefit to log on at 7 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 p.m., whatever that might be, to be able to make progress towards, my goal for that day or that week or whatever that might be.
How has the degree helped you in your career? Degrees, I should say, plural.
As of right now, I am in a huge learning absorption mode. I'm trying to learn as many things from a business perspective as I possibly can. And it's really helped me in order to just to learn what terminology is, or go, oh, I actually know what that word means, that somebody is saying in a business meeting from a financial perspective, where, I'm coming from an IT perspective and IT background and whatnot, but now I can understand the financial motivator or the driver from that perspective. In the future, when I continue to go down my learning path, it's going to be able to take me to the next rung of my next career progression, where I eventually want to see myself, hopefully one day.
What do you wish you would have known on day one at WGU? So I want you to go back to when you started your IT management program. What do you wish you would have known on day one?
What I wish I would have knew on day one was that you have a ton of resources available to you, and I will say WGU does make that apparent. So I think it's one thing of reading it and then actually then doing it and then not panicking to realize that here's where they're listed, here's who you can talk to, here's where you can go and get help. I think you mentioned earlier there's not like a professor in a traditional sense, but I've absolutely worked with whoever oversaw that program I was in that I was trying to accomplish or get over the hurdle or the mountain, and reach out and set up a call or walk through just a situation, whatever it might be. And basically just go, what I wish I would have knew is that it's going to be fine. You don't need to panic. There's a lot of ways to overcome the challenge, and there's a lot of resources no matter how you interpret your learning style.
Yeah, great. What advice would you have for those that are considering enrolling at WGU?
My advice is, why haven't you? But in serious, I would say that WGU, at least from my perspective of not maybe having the, I've mentioned I have time chunks all over the place. I don't really have a traditional set schedule maybe every day. It's really valuable in allowing you to be able to learn at your own pace, whatever you're able to log on and learn or overcome your challenge, and that will eventually help you, if you stick with it, accomplish your goal of actually being able to get that degree, get that knowledge, and get that information, and hopefully be able to take you where you want to go from a career standpoint, where maybe you wouldn't have had in your traditional sense of having to force to show up at these hours, these days, and regardless if you know the topic or not, we're still going to sit you in here for 10, 12, 14 weeks, whatever that might be, in a traditional sense, where I can take however long it needs me to take for me to take away the information and then show that I'm competent and be able to pass that topic itself. If
you could sum up your WGU experience in 3 words, what words would you use?
Oh, that's great. I would say 3 words. Should have started sooner. How about that? Because it was amazing. So, I mean, you can take any of those 3 words you want, but it was an absolutely pleasant experience, and should have done it sooner.
I wanted to return to certifications. I mentioned that as I introduced you. Tell me what certifications you're working on right now.
As of right now, I'm working on PMI's Project Management Professional certification. It is viewed as kind of the gold standard in project management, which is something I do pretty heavily when it comes to any kind of larger IT scale projects or M&A acquisitions that we might be doing, especially at my current place of employment, but just working in projects for the better part of 2 decades. It's really good information to know what everybody's kind of roles or methodologies might be. And in addition to that, I'm looking to complete 2 cybersecurity degrees next year. One of them is a part of WGU's Masters of Cybersecurity degree, ISACA CISM. And then additionally, I'm looking to do the CISSP to try to give myself a nice well-rounded, every area of IT is kind of knowledgeable, and I kind of can understand what somebody's trying to tell me from that perspective, and we can have a conversation, and I can find ways to help.
Would you say that WGU's programs are aligned with the needs of your company and the work that you're doing? How relevant would you say these programs are?
So they're laid out very well, in my opinion, for somebody who doesn't know anything about the topic, knows a little bit, or even for somebody who knows quite a bit. It's still something to learn in that class that maybe didn't take you that long to complete. I still took something from it.
Ryan, this has been super helpful. Just hearing your experience, your perspective. I love that you were referred to WGU. I'm sure that you've referred others or share with others, about the experience. I'm a WGU graduate as well, and I was referred by someone that was in the MBA Healthcare Management program. And so not the program that I did, but just interesting to hear kind of the model and how it works. And so very helpful having you just kind of shed light on the program and your experience. As we wrap up our brief interview here today, I just wanted to turn it over to you for any final thoughts or comments that you want to share just generally.
My biggest advice to an individual, even if you take nothing away from anything else that I've had to say today, is just don't stop learning. There are so many different avenues, so many different ways. WGU is fantastic in the sense of a traditional educational platform, and they tipped it on its head and gave you many different ways of how you can complete it. If you're dedicated, you can complete it as fast as maybe you're able to absorb that that information. And if you want to take your time and you got things going on, it's also a great way to go about it that way. And I felt my stress level was always managed. So from an educational standpoint, just don't stop learning and always be looking to remain relevant, move forward, and go accomplish those dreams and goals.
Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. This was very helpful.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, and go Night Owls.
Hey, Jeff here. Thank you for watching that interview. We hope that it was helpful for you. Now, if you have questions that you'd like to ask a WGU graduate, we invite you to try out our platform at askagrad.wgu.edu. Ask a Grad works this way. You'll have an opportunity to connect with real graduates to hear about their experiences and their insights. So stick around to see how it all works.
Whether you're new to WGU and exploring degree options, or are in the thick of earning your WGU degree, thousands of night owls have been where you are and want to help you succeed. These alumni can provide insights into career opportunities, industry trends, and ways to prepare for your future. And you don't have to wait until graduation to seek their advice. With WGU's Ask a Grad platform, it's never been easier to connect with alumni and benefit from their experiences. Submitting a question is simple. Just fill out the Ask a Grad form with your name, email, and the questions or topics you'd like advice on. The platform then works in the background to match your question with WGU graduates who have relevant experience. Once matched, alumni will receive your question. And if someone has insights to share, they'll respond directly to your email. While response times vary, many users receive helpful advice within a day. From there, you can continue the conversation and gain valuable guidance from real WGU graduates who have navigated similar paths. You have questions. Our grads have answers. Connect with fellow night owls who can guide you on your journey by visiting askagrad.wgu.edu.